Integer rules and practice. You will be learning about adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing integers. It is very similar to what you know about non-integers, but there are a few rules you will need to learn. Let's start with adding integers. Our example says -5 plus 8. Think about being at -5 on the number line, where the blue dot is. Then move right because of the addition sign 8 places. This gets us to +3. Since we started at -5 and we move forwards right, we get 3. You may also use the adding integer rule, which states if the signs are different, subtract, then keep the sign of the larger number. This is another adding integers example. Here we have -5 plus -5. So think about being at -5 on a number line, where the green dot is. Then move left because of the -5, 5 more places. So now we'll end up at -10, where the purple dot is. -5 plus -5 equals -10. The other adding integer rule states, if the signs are the same, add and keep the same sign. Here we have subtracting integers. Our example shows us that we have 4 minus 7. So we'll start at 4 on the number line, which is the red dot, and we'll move to the left since it's subtracting or getting smaller 7 places. This leaves us at -3, which is the purple dot. So 4 minus 7 equals -3. You can also use the same rules you use for adding integers as you can for subtracting integers. Since the signs are different, you subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number. Our next subtracting integer example starts with -1 minus 5. Here we start at -1, which is the red dot on the number line, and move to the left 5 places since it's subtracting or getting smaller. This leaves us at the purple dot, which is -6. So -1 minus 5 equals -6. Again, our subtracting and adding integer rule applies. Since our signs are the same, we technically add them and then keep that sign that we originally had. Now we move on to multiplying integers. We have some rules for multiplying integers. To the right, you can see that it says a positive times a positive, you'll always get a positive. A negative times a negative, you will also always get a positive. Anytime you have a negative multiplied by a positive, then you will get a negative. This is summed up by saying that if you have the same signs and you're multiplying, you're going to get a positive answer, but if you have different signs, you're going to get a negative answer. We have 4 times -8 as our example. Well, we know that 4 times 8 is 32, and since our signs are different, we will end up with a -32. On our next multiplying integers example, we have a -4 times a -3. According to our rules, since our signs are the same, we know our answer will be positive. So, -4 times -3 equals 12. Here we have dividing integers. Again, our rules are going to be the same as they were for multiplication. Our example shows -18 divided by 6. Well, we know that 18 divided by 6 equals 3, and these signs are different, so -3 is our answer. For our next dividing integers rule, we have -18 divided by -6. Well, the signs are the same in this example, and when the signs are the same, we know we get a positive answer. So -18 divided by -6 equals 3 because these signs are the same. Again, so +3 is our answer. Now you will create a concept map organizer using Popplet. It must include an example of each type of problem you saw and the rules that correspond with each problem. For example, integers could be your main title, then adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing would be the subgroups. Include 2 examples for each operation and the rules. Good luck!